that ass and explode on you, baby. Don't you forget it, Emma Frost. Hello, and welcome to the YouTube channel of dabwe. I multi-stream to multiple platforms, including YouTube. And although I consider myself a variety streamer,
oh shit, what the?
I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals lately, and as you can tell by the gameplay, it's not your particular setup with the mouse and keyboard. Instead, I'm playing on a Steam Deck with gyro controls, and yeah, not the most impressive thing in the world, but man, I've been having a lot of fun. And if you have a Steam Deck too, I suggest you try this out.
Thing skin now, just because I won that.
It's gonna be a quick tutorial on how I achieve mouse-like precision on gyro controls. Don't you hate playing joystick on Marvel Rivals? Got a bunch of mouses and don't know which one to use? If you'd like to unlock the full potential of this handheld console, stay tuned. There are guides for PS5 controllers or Switch controllers. This tutorial focuses on the Steam Deck, using Steam Deck's built-in gyro, as well as remote play in Marvel Rivals, and how to be more precise in your ability to shoot. So I've been playing Marvel Rivals like this for a couple months now, tweaking settings, getting that good feel. Took some time, and I want to share my setup so you can get there a little fast. Why would you play gyro? Why not just play keyboard and mouse? Well, for one, it's definitely more portable. If I wanted to game on the beanbag chair or even step out of the room, then I'm totally free to do so. The reason is because you can achieve that mouse-like aim if you really want to.
I'm gonna plant.
My final reason is just crazy fun, and nothing can encapsulate the same amount of enjoyment I'm having with this right now. It's like I'm a part of a new dimension. Bombadillo crocodilo. Today's guide will go over two things. One is setting up remote play, and the other one is setting up the gyros. Alright, so you're going to want to go into Steam, go into settings, go down to remote play, and enable remote play. Under advanced settings, enable advanced host. You choose to play audio or not. Enable hardware encoding. I like to put my coding threads on the max. For advanced client options, which you can tinker around in Steam Link app on your Steam Deck, I like to put the video on fast. It does not give you the option here to turn it off. However, if you do decide you want to play on an external monitor with this as a controller, which is what I prefer while I'm streaming games, I'll show you how to do that in Steam Link. The thing to note is if you have a bad internet connection, this might not be a good option. This is override by any settings that you put on the Steam Link app through the Steam Deck. So just keep that in mind. To cast your PC onto your Steam Deck, there's two ways on option A. So you can either open the game on your PC and hit this connect button, or you can hit this tab and hit the stream from desktop button, and you should get a stream button that turns green. That's what you can click. So in the discover page, you're going to want to look up Steam Link, download it, and go to your Steam client, add a game, and you should be able to find Steam Link through there. Alright, I'm doing my best to do this with one hand. Here we are in the Steam Link settings. We're going to have to go into the cogwheel here. If you'd like, you can test your connection. The more bigger lines there are like that, the worse your connection is going to feel. And our connection is great. Next, you go to customize, and this is where you can disable the video or enable it to anything. I like to keep it disabled when I'm streaming. Audio, I like to turn it on, turn it to fast when I'm not streaming. Pretty much preference. I find it easier to access the controls if I launch it through Big Picture. However, you can access the controls via the client. Click on the game and look for the controller next to it. Next is bandwidth. Again, I keep it at 50. These are all the same settings on Steam, except there's a little more when it comes to like being able to turn off your video. Hardware decoding, I like to keep this off. You can thank Reddit for that. And then for HEVC and low latency, I like to keep those enabled. And compressed audio disabled. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the stream settings. Whenever you are connected to your PC, you'll see your desktop at the top here with a name, where you can then launch it'll launch big picture mode where you can stare at a blank screen and control your monitor. Do you know that when you're launching your game from your Steam Deck, you're gonna have to allow changes and you're gonna have to click on the launcher with your mouse. Once that's over with, you can pretty much play anywhere in your house. Alright, now that I got my high chair on, I can show you. It's supposed to be one of those couch pillows, but I'm on a desktop chair, bro. Anyways, now that I'm settled in, let's get started.
That's 3. Wow, 4 in a
Settings tab. You're gonna want to go to controller settings. I like to use my mouse for this. Alright, here's my settings for gyro controls. Feel free to copy them down. I won't mind. So for the back grips, I like to keep the B button on R4. R4 is actually my activation gyro, and I'll show you that in a second, where you can allow it to activate. Up is for my voice. Either way, I can use my left hand, communicate with my team if I have to. R5 is right bumper. Just in case I'm in a little dicey moment, I can hit the R5 button in the back here. The D-pad, I keep the same. I don't know if this is necessary really. The mode shift. In fact, I'll take that out. Obviously, these act as triggers. These act as joysticks, obviously. I like to keep the vertical scale a little lower than the horizontal scale. That way I'm not shooting my fingers up when I'm hitting the joystick. I like to experiment with these ones. I used to do aggressive a lot. Now experimenting with wide. I might even experiment with extra wide here. And what this does is whenever you're doing a certain input, it'll increase it depending how far the joystick is. So the right joystick is going to be the output joystick, both horizontal and vertical. For dead zones, you'd probably want to keep it on controller preference. You can customize it. This is all the same, so I don't really change the movement on my left joystick. Trackpad behavior, it also acts as a joystick. I feel like I could utilize this a lot better. This is how I do it. I like whenever I swipe, it'll go certain degrees to the left or right. I've adjusted it in a way so that when I swipe left, since it's kind of at a curve, I've completely took out the vertical sensitivity, so it doesn't go vertical at all, so it doesn't go up or down at all. Obviously, you're gonna send it to the right joystick, and here is where you can adjust the rotation. I have it -26. That way, when I swipe up and down, or it actually moves the speed I want it to. Pretty much just like side swipe. I'm swiping from the corner, kind of like I'm on a phone. You know, like I'm scrolling through TikTok. Movement threshold, I keep it 0. Minimum joystick output value. I think this is the same with the gyro controls. So however much you're swiping will increase or decrease the sensitivity. Actually, I should probably keep this at 500. Trackball, make sure it's on. Trackball friction is high, but the friction scale is at 0, so it comes to pretty much a full stop when I'm done using the trackpad, or when I flick away from it, it adds a slight trackball to it. Double tap duration, sounds obviously for jumping. I should probably increase this a little higher. I've never enabled double tap read, but I'm willing to try it right now. Okay, I keep this at 300. I don't know why, but it works. And yeah, so I like the haptics go off whenever I activate the joystick. Now for the actual fun part, you're going to want to set gyro as joystick, vertical sensitivity scale. That's totally up to you. This completely adjusts the vertical scale. So if you put this to 0, I literally can't go up anymore.
Heads up, back guys.
Whether or not you want to go up fast when you're flicking your Steam Deck upwards, it's totally up to you. I like to be able to aim quickly while I'm pointing upwards. So 90 is good for me. It's not. I'll be adjusting that over time. Small movement precisions. Enhanced small movement precision. I like to keep this max. And down here, you're able to adjust this slider. Test it here. I put it at 1. It seems like it's less. responsive.
Double KO. That's 3.
Try increasing it to see now this is super responsive. Pretty much any small movement I make, it'll add an input, which is a little concerning. So yeah, tinker with the setting as I am right now. I'm really not sure what I feel like is the best numbers for you. Normally I run these at 5,000, but maybe even 500 would feel okay, you know? For button behavior, I like to use the trackpad. Whenever I'm clicking on it, it'll activate the gyros. So a lot of the times it's on, but in case my finger's on the joystick, I can activate it with the R4 button. Yeah, output distribution, obviously at 100. I like to keep them at 100 with combined yaw and roll. Lastly, I like to put my sense pretty high on the joystick. And as for aim assist, these are totally preference based. I don't even know why melees even have 40, but it is. Again, I'll be adjusting these as time goes on, but for now this is my guide. I'll probably reference back to it in case I mess up something. So yeah, basically all there is to it. Let me know in the comments if you want a full tutorial on controller mappings for each character. They're nothing special, but if anyone wants a guide on how to map the controls to gyro on the Steam Deck for CS2, I'll make one, but for now, stay tuned for CS2 and Marvel Rival live streams.
Shields up. Double KO. Double KO. You stopped them in their tracks. That's 3. Only 60 seconds left. Wow, 4 in a row. 5. That's amazing. 6 in a row.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Oh my god, dude. Bro.
So close. This is your big
I'm
chance.
just gonna whip the shit out of you, bro.
Only 60 seconds left. We are undefeatable.
Bro, what even do?
The current score is
Holy.
By the eye of Agamotto! I purge the darkness! More powerful yet!
I did it again. That's it for this video. Well, let me know if I missed anything and drop a like if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Kick, whatever floats your boat. And I'll see you then. Peace out.